Hey, what's up, guys? This is Scott from Landscapes by Acme. I am here with Pablo from Black Sheep, and we are live on Echo Means Business, and this is Meet the Pro. So, welcome everybody to the show tonight. This is a little different than our normal monthly calls and live events that we do, but we're going to start meeting some of the good pros that we have out there in the green industry, and Pablo is one of them from Black Sheep. Pablo, how are you, sir?
Good, man. I appreciate it. I would say thank you for the opportunity to be here. Echo Mean Business and everybody. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you for coming on. It definitely was a great thing to have you on here. I think the first thing is I think a lot of people want to know, Pablo, is why did you decide to get into lawn care? I think that's one of the main questions a lot of people want to know.
Well, I mean, I would say it's probably like pretty much everybody. When you're a kid, your dad show you how to mow and cut the grass, and so my dad was a really detail guy, so it has to be perfect. So I think I got that from him to be a little bit more into the little details, and that kind of makes a difference. So um, I was a truck driver for a long time, and then I always feel the need to do like my own business. So I was like, you know what? I like mowing grass. So let's give it a shot. Let's go that route, and I don't regret it, man. It's been really good. The last 4 years, I have grown so much within the industry, and I love it.
That's awesome. That's really awesome. So, how long have you been in business, Pablo?
Uh, 4 years
Okay.
actually. The company's been 4 years.
Nice, nice. And I see you're growing, not only business wise, but on Instagram, like nonstop. Like it seems like you just blew up this year on Instagram. What's your secret to that? I think some people had asked me earlier today, knowing that you were coming on, like, what's your secret on that? Like, and I don't think it's really a secret. I think it's just you being yourself, man. I mean, some of that stuff, knowing you, I think it's you just posting some funny stuff that's you. But
Yeah.
yeah, what's your secret on it?
Well, I mean, at the beginning of the year, I kind of went off on studying everything I see on Instagram, especially because it's the platform that I use the most. And my wife is even mad with me because all the time that I spend watching stuff in Instagram and trying to figure it out a way to, uh, bring traffic to my page. And I might be wrong, but what I learned is that every video that I hit a like or something like that, it's either a drama or funny.
Okay.
And I usually don't do drama. So I was like, you know what? Let me kind of start doing some funny stuff and kind of put it in between my actually work. And the funny stuff, it's just I see a video, a sound, or whatever, and I bring it to the green industry. After 4 years, I think it's enough time for me to realize what it will make me mad or dumb stuff to do, or that everybody goes through the same thing. And I kind of look for something, a way to make it, funny. And it's been working.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude. I'm glad you researched it. I don't think a lot of people do research any of that. They just kind of, you know, do whatever and do the normal, or they kind of like pay for subscribers, and seeing that you are just researching it and like actually trying to figure it out is just amazing to actually do it the organically way as what they say it, and that's awesome, dude. I give you congrats on getting that over to 14K, dude. That's just amazing. That's awesome. So.
Appreciate
We
it.
have some people on. Nicole, Nicole from UAG. She says, hi, Pablo. We have Jar Sister saying hi. And we have Mark. I don't know how to say his name, from CPR. He says, how are you? Thank you. checking in. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess up names tonight. So in the 4 years, what is the biggest thing you've learned business wise that you would say that you can let
Well,
somebody know?
business why it's that's a good question. It's just when you start in the business, you tend to go all in and do things like really nice and try to make it look pretty completely from the start to the end, and try to do it fast without hurting yourself. But once after a couple of years, people tend to kind of get tired of that and slow down on the perfection side, or the details, or how to communicate with the customers, which is a big thing, customer service. um, I kind of start there, and I've been keeping it that way. So I would say that's kind of like the biggest learning curve right there. It's just
Okay.
trying to keep doing what I do, not changing it.
I think that's the best thing is to once you start something and you keep the details perfect and keep doing that for every customer. It's consistency. Just like being on Instagram, if you're consistent with uploading stuff, it's just amazing how it is. And that's great that you keep that way. And I think you build it up as you grow, and I think you're growing like crazy, and I think that's awesome how it grows. J and J siblings wanted to know why you're so awesome, and I think that's why you're so awesome at it. Is because you just take the time and look for the details, and that's you know like you said before, you ran what, a trucking company, and you know you wanted all that detail into every little thing that you did. So I think that helps out as you grow. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm an older guy. I'm not that old, but and
you're not old. Come on, Pablo.
in the past, everything I did, like every job, it kind of brings the skills that I have today. And I would say everything I learned when I was younger is the reason why I haven't had a big issue. Don't get me wrong, you're always going to have a customer that is going to give you a hard time. Um, but I think that's the key. I kind of grab everything I learned from different jobs. I work, auto shops and trucking company, constructions, customer service. So all that I kind of have it in my head, and I'm implement, put it out there for my customers right now. So I guess that's a good key right
Right. So, how do you get your customers? I know a lot of people want to know because there's a different ways of how you get your customers, and I know you and me have talked about this before on different podcasts. What's your best way to get a customer, and how do you get more and say get your route dense?
there. When you starting, I mean, I used to go all over the place, like
Right.
crazy, all over. And I started with door hangers, yard signs, like everybody, and it works. It works because one door hangers, it will pay for everything, all the door hangers that you bought. Um, but then once I start doing the business side more seriously, I went into Google, my business. I opened an account, and I start asking my customers for reviews. And the same way I did with Instagram this year, I kind of went into Google, and I kind of looking through all different type of companies and what was the reason why they were so successful. Let's say it. It was because they have a bunch of reviews, and it doesn't matter if it was good or bad. But when you have a lot of reviews, automatically Google will put you on top of the list in your area, which works for route density because everybody in your area, when it put whatever you do near me, it will bring your company on the top. So that's how my phone rings, and it's really close from my house. If it's not, then at this point, I just let them know right away.
Right. That's awesome. I think that's one thing that everybody should work on. And is trying to get more reviews. The better the review, it's good. But like you said, even bad reviews help you out because that shows that it's a review, of your company. So that's one thing that you definitely want to do. So how do you get those edges so crispy? That I think some people want to know how you get those edges so crispy and just perfect.
Well, I guess it's the type of grass down here in Florida that kind of grows over the sidewalk and stuff like that. So when they're overgrown, I use the edger.
Okay.
You have to. But once it's established, the string trimming or whatever you call, and I just
Right. Right.
keep my hand steady, I guess, and I do it backwards, which a lot of people think that's not the right way, but I mean, it worked for me.
Hey, yeah, I've done it for 28 years, and I don't think there is a right way to do it. When you're edging with a weed trimmer, you
Exactly.
can do it either way. So it's whatever you're comfortable with. That's the main thing, and that's how you do your business is be comfortable with what you do and love what you do, really, because I mean that comes down to that's your business, and take
Exactly.
pride in it. So
Mhm.
so you're in Florida. Do you get a lot of grass that grow? Do you cut year round, or do you guys get a break down there? I think a lot of people always want to know that too.
I mean, it slowed down big time sometimes and during the winter. And then right now we are in a really dry situation. It haven't rained like I would say maybe in 2 months. Um, so the grass is not like growing the way it's supposed to. It's you get a lot of dry, heat stress. So if you run with the mower, it might kill that spot. Um, but yeah, it's like even in winter we have to keep going to the houses and make it at least the edgings around the sidewalk, and the weeds always grow, doesn't matter what type of weather out there. um but yeah, we kind of never stop, shrubs never stop growing too, so
That's amazing. I mean, that's probably one of the good things. I mean, to be able to kind of cut year round. I know where I'm at, we don't cut year round, but I think, it makes a difference because stuff continuously grows where you're at. And, to be able to continue working is probably one of the best things I think is ever out there. I mean, because I'm dealing with snow and, every once in a while we get snow, but it's nothing to be able to be on that customer's yard year round and be able to maintain it perfectly. So,
you can also add more services like pressure wash the sidewalk, dry waste and stuff like that, just to kind of keep those days that you don't do anything, you kind of do some work, which is good.
nice, nice. Well, Mark Thomas, the builder, wants to know how frequently do you post on Instagram?
Well, I try to at least put something a day, like
At
every
least
day,
one time? Okay.
at least
What
something.
what's your maximum that you post on Instagram? Let's say with reels and stories.
Well, I mean, story, I'm not too fan of the stories. I'm
Okay.
still learning that. I just don't feel like they're whatever. But reels and posts, I would say about 4 or 5
Okay.
different stuff, little stuff, a photo, a really short video. It's
Do you think short videos get more attention than longer videos? Because I know there's a
yes,
big debate about that.
yeah, it all goes together with what you are showing on the video, the
Okay.
sound of the video, and how long it is. It's like, and then Instagram goes by react. They call it, I believe, it's reaction, which is how many people like it, how many people um, comment on it, and how many people share it. It doesn't matter. It could have a million views,
Right.
but the video is not going to be doing the same as a video with a bunch of comments, shares, and likes. So that's
Yeah.
how we kind of go through. Time frame, I don't know about that. I just kind of post it whenever. I don't like to post too late during the day because a lot of people are, at the house. They're either watching TV or something, and they don't look the phone, Instagram or whatever. the same as during the day, which is funny.
Right.
Lunchtime, I would say lunchtime is my time frame pretty much.
Okay. That's awesome. So Bedell, Mike over at Bedell Management wants to know, where do you see yourself in 10 years? You've been in business 4 years doing this. Do you see yourself running multiple crews, running a whole bunch, or do you see yourself right where you're at?
Well, I mean, when I started, I I told myself to in 5 years to be top in my area. I mean, I'm not the top in my area by any means, but at least I'm on the top in Google.
That's good. That's real good.
10 years, I haven't thought that how far out. But yeah, I wanted to put more trucks. I wanted to do more employees, which is difficult. And kind of switch a little bit to maybe landscaping, you
Nice.
know, building landscaping. Um, Maybe add a little bit of hardscape. That's in the long.
Well,
Maybe
sometimes they like Fidel says, you got to start somewhere, and
yes,
you start out, small, and you just work up from there, and that's how you get going. Even starting your own business, I mean, you start out with just yourself, sometimes with a push mower, and that's how you get out there. Like you said, just get out and get some door hangers, and they pay for themselves. Really, after one customer can pay for a lot of advertisement you put out there. So that's awesome. Uh, let's see here. I got another one. Okay. Don from State of Lawn asks, entertainment versus knowledge. How do you find the balance between doing those when you do your Instagram reels? How do you feel like, do you feel like some days you just want to do weeks? Do you want to do all entertainment or knowledge?
but this is the part that I tell everybody. Like I do Instagram for fun.
Right.
I'm not doing Instagram for customers. If I get a customer, good, But I
Right.
actually doing it for fun, and I'm doing it through the company, so might as well show what I do. But since I'm doing it for fun, I think the fun videos are getting a lot more traffic, so it will probably be more than that than showing my work, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what it is. I mean, if you're having fun doing it, and like you said, you're showing your work. So if a customer sees your work right there, they're going to see how you do your work. It might be funny, but hey, you're showing you how you do the job and how it comes out. So I think that, in the long run gives you a boost, not only as like Instagram followers, but even a boost in your business, because I mean, everything you have has, it all out there. So one question I got, and this is a good question. I know we got about another 15 more minutes or so. So I want to ask you this question.
Here,
This
here.
is yeah, get ready. Get
I
ready.
know.
You know my questions. They're off the wall sometimes. But why did you call yourself the black sheep? And why are there so many black sheeps all over the place? I mean, I see black sheep all over your truck now, all over your trailer. I think you gave me a couple shot glasses that have black sheep on them. I mean, you I think have branded black sheep everywhere. So how did you come up with that?
Well, I mean, it's this a misconception about the black sheep. I believe black sheep. Okay, they just think different, and if you have a business, doesn't matter which business. If you're an entrepreneur, that makes you the black sheep. Um, and the black sheep also is most of the time who end up taking care of the family too. It's like the whole weight of the everything kind of falls into that person if it goes through child and all that craziness.
Right.
But
That's
yeah,
all.
that's the reason. And then the black sheep, it's just, I mean, if I put only the name, it will still be catchy, but it wouldn't be that catchy if it didn't have a black sheep. especially with sunglasses.
Right, right. I mean, I think it's about branding too. I mean, that's a good brand out there that you're putting your brand out there. And, anywhere you can put your brand shirt, you know, your your jacket, your truck, your trailer, anywhere you can put your brand, people are
Mhm.
going to catch that and they're going to be able to see you out there and say, I know where I've seen that. I get it all the time. People know who I am and know what about me. People always tell about me because of my hair and stuff. So literally, I think you branded Black Sheep perfectly, and it's everywhere. And that is perfect branding, to say the least. So keep at it, keep branding it, keep it out there, man. I think that you're doing an awesome job out there.
Thanks.
So one thing I want to know also is, what is your go-to pieces of equipment that you use on a daily basis that you would never get rid of?
That's the trimmer. I'm a trimmer
Okay,
guy. I love trimming. And it's the Echo 2620.
nice.
Um, it's just, to me, it's light. It's not that heavy. I got used to it, and I mean, I always have Echo anyway, so I don't know the difference. But that's like the only tool that I think is, because you can only do so much with the mower. With the mower, the trimmer guy is actually the guy that is going to make the 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 yard pop with the edging, with the areas that the mower can cut. So yeah, that's my go-to.
Nice, nice. Okay, so if you could give one tip to any landscaper out there, someone starting out, someone in business for a couple years, what would be one great tip that you could give them that would save them probably, time, money, whatever it would be?
Can you repeat that? I kind of
What tip could you give a landscaper or a lawn care guy out there that would be awesome for them to learn?
like I said at the beginning, um just don't half-ass. Did I say that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't do it. Just go all in, do everything the way it's supposed to, and keep doing it until your last day.
Awesome.
Just the same way every time. If you change, people are gonna notice, and they are going to either fire you or talk crap about you.
Right. So that's awesome. I think that's what you got to do is when you do a project, go in and give it 100%, even more than 100%. If because being able to produce something, that's your name, that's your business name on it. I tell my employees, always give 100%, try to go over 100%, because we want that to be. A lot of customers know that we have an attention to detail, to all the little details. And I think that makes you stand out the more details you got and that you bring out.
Exactly. Exactly.
So Nick at P&H wants to know, do you still use a John Deere? Because he said you said you would go to a Skag. So do you use John Deere?
Yes, I do, and I'm not in love, but the dealer is like really close, and they're good people there. So I do like Skag. I have a Kubota. I have no complaint, but the dealer is kind of far, and if I need something, I have to drive and stop and go like really far to get any part or whatever. So it's not convenient. That's the
Right.
reason I
Okay.
use here, which I'm not in love. I, I gotta say that a couple of times.
Yeah, but I think like you said, it comes down to dealer support. If they're supporting you with, when you come in, I think that makes a big standout in the green industry. And I think it's changed over the years to where the dealers are there for their customers and us guys out there in the green industry, because we're out there day in day. We use that equipment. We know what's going on, and we know what needs to be done, compared to, some other people. But that's the main thing, is dealer support is, is awesome. So So why do you think you're the best in Florida?
I'm not the best,
You
but
are the best. We know you are, Pablo. You're the best in Florida, especially where you're at, man. I know you are.
no, there's a lot of people here that do excellent. Like I seen them, and it's just excellent work,
That's
and
awesome.
I look up to them. You know, when I see their pages and Instagram and stuff like that, or if some of them I actually meet them and I seen in person what they do, and it's insanely beautiful. You know, it's so not the top, but maybe in a year it's still four. So maybe one
Yeah.
more year I get it.
Okay. So you're going for the top. Yeah. Okay. I got it, dude. You got it. And I think your attention to details makes it. And I think you're killing it all around. So that's awesome. Keep up at it. I know there's a lot of people on Instagram that are the same thing, saying keep up. You're awesome. So definitely, just keep at where you're at, and it's perfect. Um, so where do you see? Do you ever see? How would you retire? How long before you think you'll retire out of business?
I don't. I mean,
I know
I,
it's a far fetched question sometimes. When I ask these questions sometimes.
I don't see myself actually retire
Okay.
unless I'm really old, like 80. Um, but I think I always gonna be doing something. I don't know if it's going to be with the Black Sheep Loan Service, but I will keep myself occupied because when you stop doing that, that's when you get old
Right.
and you kind of die after that.
Well, let's hope not. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
you
Mark
got to keep
Thomas.
yourself occupied, man.
Yeah, Mark Thomas asks on Instagram, "What's your next big purchase, Pablo?" I mean, I know you've purchased a lot of things in the last 4 years. I love the little mini truck that you have. But what's your next big purchase that you want to purchase?
For the company, I've been looking for a bigger mower, 52, something like that. Um, I think Scott,
Here, I'm here.
there you
I'm
go.
still here.
Close up on me, man. but
I'm still here.
I've been looking for a 52. I don't know if it's
Okay.
gonna happen soon, but yeah. And then I'm also looking for a dump trailer. Eh, don't know if it's gonna happen this year, but the dump trailer. But those are the next things on my list.
That's awesome.
And the
You got
mini
it. You
truck.
got it. Good
The,
goals. I mean, strive for those. I think that's the one thing. I think when we added a dump trailer, it helped our business tenfold. And so, that's something that when you add something like that, any big purchase you add, it adds money and value to your company, and a lot of people don't realize that. And you should always, you know, do some research, like you did research Google, and how you get Instagram followers, and that's how you continuously grow. So Pablo, where can everybody
exactly.
get a hold of you if they want to find you? Where would they find you at, sir?
Well, I'm on everywhere, but I use the most Instagram. Everything is through the Black Sheep Lawn, um, Instagram, TikTok. I do YouTube Shorts, kind of like the same thing. I just kind of like pushed it all over. But Instagram, that's my go-to. The Black Sheep Lawn.
Nice, nice. Well, I want to thank you and everybody for joining tonight. This is our first Meet the Pro. Pablo, thank you again for being on. It was amazing to have you on. Um, it's been a good time. So remember to save the date for our next live. Our next live is going to be where we'll be diving into the topic of how to keep costs low and profits high. So I want to thank everybody and have a great night. Thank you, Pablo, for being on. It was a pleasure to meet you again on live, because I know we've met many times in person, but it's always good to talk to you, man. I enjoy this, so thank you for being on. So
Me too.
if you guys want to
And
rewatch this, go over to echomeansbusiness.com. It's going to be up there on echomeansbusiness.com. We'll be also up on Echo Means Business on the YouTube, Instagram. There's a lot of great pros out there. You guys keep watching us and follow all our channels. Thank you guys for being